the Magic Monk. Today we want to talk about how to use a formula to integrate exponential functions. So to start off, I'm going to give you guys the formula, and it is simply the integral of f dash of x times by e to the power of f of x with respect to x is equal to e to the power of f of x plus c. So that is the formula that we're going to use to integrate all of the integrals of exponential functions. So let's start off by giving you guys a practice. So how did we use this formula to integrate 3x times e to the power of x squared minus 3? So the way we're going to do it is we're simply going to look at this formula, and we can have a look at the elements we need in this formula. So what do we need in this formula? We need f of x and f dash of x. So from this equation, we can see f of x is x squared minus 3. Now, what is f dash of x? F dash of x is, if you differentiate this function, you will get 2x. So now, if we write out this formula again, and we substitute in the terms that we have, so we have x squared minus 3, let's copy that into this formula, and let's copy 2x into this formula. We have 2x e to the power of f of x, which is x squared minus 3 dx equals e to the power of x squared minus 3 plus c. Okay, so what is the problem? The problem is that the left-hand side, this equation, does not match the equation we're given. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this equation here matches this equation. These two have to match. So what can we do to turn this number from a 2 into a 3? We can simply multiply the integral by a constant. So we're going to multiply it by 3 over 2. Because if we do that, the constant on the outside gets multiplied into the integral sign. So it's 3 over 2 times 2x. So then 3 divided by 2 times 2. The divided by 2 and times 2 can cancel each other out. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So then we're left with 3x. Right, 2 divided by 2 cancels down to 1. So the answer is 3x e to the power of, now we can just copy out the rest of the equation on the left. Now on the right hand side, because you have multiplied the left hand side by something, you have to do the exact same thing on the right hand side. You have to multiply by that on the right hand side. Now, technically, you're multiplying the whole side by 3 over 2. So you should be writing ex squared minus 3 plus 3 over 2c. But because c is a constant, so we can just say c. Because c can be any number, so there's no point in going 3 over 2c, because c can already be anything. So now there is the final answer. So to check that we have the answer correct, let's now do this in GeoGebra. So if we type in the equation, y equals 3 over 2 times 3/2 e to the power of x squared minus 3. Okay, there's our equation, and if you differentiate that, so differentiate f and you get 3x times e to the power of x squared minus 3. And you can see that we have a plus c on the end, so it doesn't matter if we plus a number on the end, any number you want. Okay, the integral is still, the derivative is still the same, because when you differentiate a constant, you get 0. Okay, so let's use the same principle to do another question. So the question is, integrate 3x squared times e to the power of 4x cubed plus 5. Sorry, I shouldn't put plus c here. It should be dx on the end. dx. Okay, so see if you can integrate this and come back when you are done. Okay, so the formula is, if you integrate f dash of x times e to the power of f of x with respect to x, you will get e to the power of f of x plus c. So let's now try and do this by writing out what f of x is in our equation. In our equation, f of x is 4x cubed plus 5, so let's copy that down. And if you differentiate it, you will get 12x squared, and that's it. So now if you try and do this by substituting these two terms into the formula, you will get the integral of 12x squared times e to the power of f of x, so that's e to the power of 4x cubed plus 5 equals e to the power of 4x cubed plus 5 plus c. Alright, all we've done is we've substituted these two terms into the formula. So now what we need to do is we need to look at the question that we have, which states that it's the integral of 3x squared, and we need to think about how we can convert this 12 into a 3. And the answer is very simple. We simply multiply it by 1 over 4 on the outside. Now, if we do this on the left, we need to do it on the right, so let's multiply it by that on the right. So the answer is simply the integral of 12 divided by 4 is 3x squared e to the power of 4x cubed plus 5 is equal to 1 over 4 times e to the power of 4x cubed plus 5 plus c. So again, let's try and check it with GeoGebra. So let's get rid of these two things and let's just type in y is equal to 1 over 4 times e to the power of 4x cubed plus 5. Let's type it in. And then let's differentiate it. So differentiate f. And we have 3x squared times e to the power of 4x cubed plus 5. So it's totally correct. Okay, I hope today you have understood how to use this formula to integrate exponential functions. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.